Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 20 of the First Star Challenge with Leeds United, our bid to win the Champions League with the club for the very first time. And today we look to do a league double over Arsenal at the Emirates. That's going to be tough. They are sitting currently, I think it's third in the league. And then we have an FA Cup round, an FA Cup tie against Fulham. I think it's the fifth round we're in now, because we've won 2 titles, so it must be the 5th round that we're in. Could we go to a quarter-final? We'll find out, because we go to Championship Fulham. Now, I thought we'd start out by having a look at the club dynamics. I don't think we've done this in a little while, and to be honest, things could not be going any better off the field right now. Team cohesion is very good. Dressing room atmosphere is as good as it can be. It's perfect, and managerial support is not too bad either there. We can see here, if we look at the hierarchy, we've got our team leaders in Cooper, Phillips and Casilla as well, who's just moved up as to a team leader, so good for him. Pablo Hernandez has dropped out of being a team leader. That's because I think he's becoming a little bit less of a first team player. All managerial support, only 4 players really that don't really have an opinion. They're down here. Barlow Torre, who we signed for 50 grand a week and haven't really been using. Robbie Gotts, who's probably on his way out, to be fair. Xerxes, who we haven't used as much as we maybe would have anticipated. Same with Batista Meyer, 2 of our German loanees there. So that's not, someone's not going to be in support of me. I'd rather it be loanees. Core groups here, we can see just new boy Lumney that hasn't really fitted into anywhere yet. And he's got a broken wrist. He's probably in rehab anyway, so he's not really with the team in any case. So you'd expect that. But otherwise, we've got the secondary group there, which is sort of the old school, it looks like, plus Bowen and Bonifazi, and then sort of the key group there, which is a lot of the guys that we've brought in, it looks like. So all in all, I think things are doing really, really well on the dynamics front, which is fantastic. Now, before we get this episode underway with games, let's have a look back at what's happened since last episode. 2 games to catch you up on, both in the Premier League, starting with our match against Brighton. We took a first half lead when Bogac poked home a poor defensive header. And we doubled our lead when Jared Bowen got to the byline and picked out Leao. Brighton pulled one back before the break when we fell asleep, but we hung on for the 3 points. So we edged it in the end. It was a stupid goal to concede, wasn't it, having gone 2-0 up. But Bogac and Leao with the goals. We missed a load of chances. We probably should have won it a lot more comfortably in the end. But 3 points is 3 points, and we'll take it. We should have beaten Brighton, I thought, in our very first game of the season at their place. We did get the win at our place, so that's excellent. Bogac, look at that, 8.6, 4 key passes to go with the goal. Excellent stuff. Our next game was against bottom of the table West Brom. We got an early lead when Phillips picked out the run of Bowen, who finished well. And Bowen was involved again in our second, when his cross-come shot was saved from the keeper, but Batista Meyer managed to pick out Leao. So there we have it, a comfortable win in the end. Bowen and Leao, the 2 main goal scorers. Where would we be without the goals of those 2 this season? I think we'd be down with West Brom, to be honest. But Calvin Phillips ran the show in this one. He was the star. You can see there, it was a good job against bottom of the table. And yeah, just a regulation 3 home points, which is what we like to see. Now, if we look at the league table, we will see we are sitting up there in 6th. If we can get rid of that, please. They're starting to get a little bit of a gap back to those chasing us, and we're still only 4 points away from Champions League football, which is insane to say. If we beat Arsenal today, which is of course our first game, we could potentially go 1 point back of Champions League football. I don't think we're good enough, but I keep saying that, but as long as we're beating the teams around us, we're going to stay in contention, and we're every chance right now, every chance of finding ourselves in the Europa League or that Euro Cup 2, or I'm not sure where teams end up with the new competition starting, but we'll just keep doing our best and see where it takes us. You can see this is our FA Cup tie, which we'll show second up here. But let's have a look at what we're doing against Arsenal. And we are not the favourites, as you would not expect us to be. But look at that form compared to theirs. They've dropped some points to Villa, to Cardiff, and to Norwich and Palace recently. So they may be there for the taking. And like I say, we beat them at our place. We're in line to do a double here. Unai Emery is still their manager. They're a standard balance playing style. We can see the way we're expecting them to line up here. We can see also, there we go, their heat map. They sit maybe a little bit deep. Maybe we can get down the sides of them. Certainly a big gap in the channels there, isn't there, between the centre-backs and the full-backs, which we can maybe look to exploit. There's their passing network and their key passes as well, more in and around the box, aren't they? So this is the team that we're sending out. We're going back to our sort of all hands on deck formation, I guess, for lack of a better term. Casilla in goal. It's Suter, Montez, and Bonifazi as the back three. Coyle down the right, Douglas down the left. Phillips sits in front of them with Bogac and Villar in midfield. We're going to try him as a Mazzella with Bogac as the advanced playmaker. Just going to try it, see how it works. Gary Turpie had been suggesting in the comments an episode or two ago, maybe try the box as a Mazzella. I think in this formation, maybe having a player drift out is going to impact us less defensively, so we're going to try it. Leao and Xerxes, our two superstar strikers, go up top. Let's see how we do here. So everyone is lining up as expected. We do have Bowen and Hernandez on the bench, so we do have the ability to switch to wingers if we think that's what we need to do. Tell them to pick up where they left off. We've been on a good run of form lately. Go out there and impress me. We're away from home here. What do we want to say? Give the fans a performance. Let's show them why we're better than Arsenal. No, because I don't think that's what we want to do. Alright, just pick up where we'll go with the assistant. Pick up where you left off last time, boys. Let's get out there and let's see what we can do. It's another one of these free hits, isn't it? What I can already see it happening is that we're getting so close now to not just European football, but Champions League football, that what is actually been a sensational season if we finish even mid-table. That was poor. Missed header there from somebody. It's an own goal from Suter. I don't think it's Suter's fault, to be honest. I think it might have even been a missed header from Suter. Who was it? Someone here missed a header. There it is there. It's him. It's you. It's Montez. Our on loan Watford defender has missed a header and it's been smashed in off of Suter. It's not really an own goal, is it? If that wasn't on target, then whoever it was, the Arsenal player that lashed at it should be shot. But there we go. We've given the ball away. We have come straight back. Can we put a bit of pressure on? Barry Douglas is far too far forward for our left back. Now, are they going to attack his area of the field where he should be? Is that Barry Douglas still? Dude, get back to left back. You're a defensive player when we don't have the ball. Guendouzi brings it forward. If we go 2-0 down, this is going to be a long way back for us. And the shot is indeed wide of the target and pressure relieved. It's a really, really unlucky way to concede a goal, but you've got to say, at 1-0 down, suddenly winning this game looks tough, doesn't it? We know we're not free scoring in this formation. There's a good ball over the top for Douglas. Can he find Xerxes or Leao in the middle? He's gone past his man. It's Gonzalo Villar. Where's he come from? He shouldn't be that far forward. It's the Mazzella. Maybe it is going to work for us, and that's a third goal of the season. We're back to 1-1, and maybe there are goals in this formation after all. Let's demand a little bit more. Phillips with a cracking ball forward for Douglas to run onto. Douglas did well here. Beat his man straight through, and Gonzalo Villar, I don't know what he's doing that far forward. Where are our two strikers? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's 1-1, and the Champions League train pulls out from the station again. Come on, boys. Let's go. I actually think a draw here wouldn't be a terrible result for us. You can see we're not dominating possession. We're very much on the back foot. But again, we know that when we play like this, that tends to be what happens. What we're more looking to do is just stop them, isn't it? Stop them from scoring goals. Which is what makes the manner of the goal we conceded so disappointing. But again, one shot, one goal. We're ruthless when we want to be. What do we say to that? Unlucky. I'm pleased. What does the assistant say? They're excellent. I'm relatively happy with that. Maybe we do go with that. We'll just tell a few players here that aren't doing too well that maybe we expect a little bit more from them. Mr. Lewis Coyle. That's had a negative effect on him. So let's maybe just leave it then. And we'll get back out there. This would be harsh. If we go down from another set piece, Guendouzi over it. It is in the back of the net. And 30 seconds into the second half. It's a good free kick. Credit where it's due. But we've conceded from a missed header from a corner. And now from won the goal from a set piece. We do come straight back for another kickoff highlight. Now, are we going to pull them back again? If we score 2 goals in this formation, then Arsenal need to have a big look at themselves defensively. That's for sure. Can we get to that? No. I thought maybe Xerxes was a chance. It's putting a bit of pressure on them, but you get the feeling this is more likely to be an Arsenal goal than a Leeds goal. Lacazette is in here. Lacazette, it's a save from Casilla, and not the best clearance, but Douglas should be able to bring this out now. Can we hit them on the break? It's a long old highlight. Xerxes has given the ball away there, but no damage done, luckily. All right, let's see if we can defend the corner this time, boys. Away. It's not the best. Oh, and defending corners is absolutely killing us here. We'll give them a concentrate. And they still haven't pulled us back, scored a goal. They haven't really threatened us from open play. Look at that. We're all over the shop. We're like a bunch of 6-year-olds. Everybody's following the ball. And here we go. Can we get ourselves back in this game? Douglas, it's Xerxes! Couldn't keep it down. Leal's not having a great game out there. Can we win that? No, we can't. Bellerin with the ball. Can we put a bit of pressure on? Maybe we need to get stuck in, I wonder. Header away there by Montez. And that's just over the bar. Come on, let's give it a demand more. We look a bit passive here, don't we? Let's try get stuck in. Let's try putting maybe some pressure on them as well. But we might regroup when we don't have possession, perhaps. I wonder if we maybe shouldn't have been expressive as well, but... yeah, I mean, we have to sort of stick with that now, don't we? We'll give it a get creative. Hopefully they're not going to score from this. Right now, I'm just trying to think, are we better off just admitting... oh, that's a red card. Bogach, that was stupid, wasn't it? Well, that answers that question. We're not going to be going for this game. We will be just trying to limit the damage. I think we might leave that because the strikers have defensive duties marking the fullbacks. So I think we might just leave it as that. We'll stick Villar into the middle though. Just an advanced playmaker. We'll leave it like that. And that's been a little bit disappointing, hasn't it? Again, we know with this formation that it's not about us necessarily scoring goals. It's trying to hit them on the break, and get chances where we can. We've done well there with Coyle, but he's given it straight back. We do definitely need to do something about right back for next season. 4-1 is the most harsh scoreline. I mean, maybe it's not. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm being a little bit optimistic of exactly how good we've been. I just feel like... Coyle, come on, man. 3 of the goals have been just from set piece. This is from open play. A man down. It's in the centre of midfield as well, where we are playing with that man short right now. So that maybe makes a difference in that one. But yeah, I think what we're seeing here is that the table is maybe telling us a few lies. We're not Champions League quality, are we? It's not even, the table's not even telling you that lie. Oh, and that's 5-1, and this is now getting to the point where I'm getting angry at it. Let's go defensive. We don't need to see that again. And I feel like we're letting ourselves down at the end here. I mean, we're getting now to the point where we're on the end of an absolute hiding. We can't keep possession. I probably should have fixed some of this stuff up, to be honest. But the worst thing about this is that it's doing damage to our goal difference, which didn't need to happen. Hopefully, we better not go 6. That would be. Come on, Casilla. Come on, mate. I mean, it's a Stonewall penalty. We can't really complain about it. We've absolutely collapsed after the... oh, what a save by Casilla. We've absolutely collapsed after the red card. There's no doubts about that. I do wonder if maybe we should have put another man in midfield. But like I say, the strikers are marking the fullbacks to stop the overlap. Maybe we should have looked to defend a little bit more narrowly. I mean, you can't be happy with that. So there we go, 5-star Arsenal triumph. Perhaps with their recent form, we maybe should have looked at maybe going with wingers and having a go at them a little bit more. I mean, there's no point appealing that. It was a red card, wasn't it? There we go. Our unbeaten run is absolutely snapped. Look at that defensive record we did have that was decent. That's gone. And I think that's the first time that formation's really let us down. But again, we were down to 10 men, and maybe I need to... Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe if that happens again, we need to think about not marking fullbacks and just having the men in the centre. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We've got an FA Cup tie against Fulham next. Let's see if we can get to the last 8. Okay, guys, welcome back. Let's move on from that debacle and pick up with the FA Cup against Fulham. They are a championship club. We are the favourites for this one. They're in poor form as well, which you'd like to think would maybe help us out. Now, they are actually without a manager right now. They've got a caretaker in. I think he's the caretaker, Steve Wigley. Is he a caretaker or is he full-time contracted to Fulham? Caretaker. He is just the caretaker. So a balanced passing mentality, that's what we're expecting. Is that what we're going to get? I guess we don't really know. Again, I'm not convinced they're going to line up like this, but that's what the scouts are suggesting. You can see their heat map there, their passing network, and their key passes. A lot of them sort of in wider areas. So we'll try and counter that. This is the team we're sending out. A few rested players are coming back in. A few are going out as well. So we're going with Casilla in goal. Douglas, Suter, Bonifazzi and Coyle. The reason Coyle's playing all these games, Ayling is still injured. He's back soon, but not for this one, unfortunately. So we should see him back next episode. Phillips, Shackleton comes in, and Villa, of course, Bogac is suspended for this one. Pablo Hernandez and Bowen, they are the width. Edmondson goes up top. He's a good young striker for us. We have a big game in the league against Wolves coming up, who are 5th. So that's a tough game for us. So I'm going to try and get through this one with Edmondson. He's got goals in the FA Cup so far this season. Let's see if he can get some more. So they are playing as expected. So they're coming at us. So let's see how that plays out for them and for us. Give them a morale boost. What do we want to say to this? Let's not go. I expect to see a much better performance tonight. Let's go with that. Some calm. We have faith here as well. Now, one thing I did want to sort of talk about with the league position right now is we have, you may have noticed, played a lot of the easier games in the league. They'll run in from here. There's obviously some easier games, but we have a lot of the top half teams. So it's gonna be a lot tougher, and I would think we do very, very well. Oh, Barry Douglas! If that's gone straight in, I don't know how he's done it, because that has bent a mile. It's Barry Roberto Douglas again. Look at this. How has he bent it around the wall from there? That is stunning. What a strike from Barry Douglas. 6th minute of the game. We're 1-0 up, and hopefully that will see us on our way here. Now, the one thing, playing the likes of Wolves, who we did beat already this season, let's not forget. But, we're playing them. We're playing sort of like the likes of Chelsea, who are below us right now, but there's not many points between us and them. Edmondson may have gone early there. He may be offside. It's a good save nonetheless. Got to show some good pace to get to that ball first. And is it going to be a corner? No, I don't know what's happened there. I think the highlights just petered out. If you did notice on the table, I'll try and remember to show you after this game when we sort of wrap up the episode. It is very, very close. There was a little bit of a gap, but between sort of 7th and down to, I think it's about 12th, there's only about 4 points in it, so a little bit like real life in that sense. So there's a good ball early for Edmondson. He's brought it down wonderfully on the chest. There's a good ball through there for Villa. Oh, it's gone straight through the keeper's hands, and Gonzalo Villa, for the second time this episode, has found the back of the net. That was truly horrid goalkeeping. Edmondson did really, really well in the build-up to that, though. If we haven't, we'll give him some praise. If we have another look at this, look at that. Brought it down beautifully, drew the defender. The run from Villa was quite sensational. The goalkeeping was something else. And it's 2-0, 16 minutes in. You can see why they're a struggling championship team. But you'd like to think that we have, at this point, maybe even done enough to get ourselves in the hat for the next round. Pablo Hernandez, there's a good ball for Villa. What can he do? He brings it forward this time. I think he's got in each other's way there. Lungy tackle, but it's a good ball to find Edmondson, who's looking an absolute star. We're not really... Oh! We're looking very disjointed in attack. We're running into each other. We're like a bunch of lemmings up there, but the headless chickens are doing okay for us so far. Let's demand a little bit more here. We're really struggling in terms of possession. They are a passing team, but you'd like to think against the championship team we could have a little bit more possession than that. But what we're doing, it is kind of working for us right now. So we'll stick with it. And so the other thing I want to show you, we've got Gary Turpin on the bench. Just show you, I'll come back second half, show you his development. Mentally and physically, he is coming along leaps and bounds, and we will try and get him on the second half here, I think, if we can. They were excellent. I think it's going to have to be an assertive, don't get complacent here, boys. It has been fine, but we can always do better. Yeah, so Gary Turpin here, of course, named after one of the viewers, one of my Patreon supporters. You can see mentally and physically, he's an absolute star. Technically, he is improving. That is so far the weak points. We'll go and have a look back at the game here. Bowen's in here. Can Jared Bowen get another goal? It is kind of saved by the goalkeeper and cleared into touch for the Leeds United lineout. almost a good start to the perfect start to the second half there. Here we go now with Coyle in for Hernandez. Coyle with the ball at his feet. Goes back for Bonifazi. I am wondering now a little bit if I shouldn't have gone with our first two centre-backs in this one. If maybe we should have rested one or both of them for Leeds and gone with Montez and maybe Douglas. Not Douglas, I'm looking at Douglas and Cooper in this one. That may prove to be a mistake when we go and play Wolves. That will be off camera, but we'll find out how that went next episode. But yeah, Turpey is coming along really, really nicely. Kene, who I haven't got on the bench for this one, is coming along nicely. Well, what I'm doing, you may not see them in a lot of the sort of the recap highlights. There's a good ball for Edmondson. He deserves a goal this game. Oh, he's not quite. Oh, he's had a second chance at it and he snatched at it. And it's actually ended up going out for a throw-in. The ultimate embarrassment for a striker, that one, isn't it? Let's give it some praise. We've got a 6-4 there from Hernandez. We do have Batista Meyer on the bench. If it's not working for Hernandez, then let's not force it. Let's get Batista Meyer on the field. Give him some game time. Come on, boys. Come on. What can we do here? So yeah, there's a lot of youngsters coming through, and even if we don't see them in the first team, and if I don't have them out on loan, they are still playing football in the under-23s. Shackleton's lost out there. Can he get back and win this ball? It doesn't look like he can. Ball over the top. Yeah, go for it, Suto. That's yours, mate. There we go. Got there in the end, just about. I'm surprised to see Mitrovic is still at Fulham. I thought someone would have snapped him up. We looked at him, but he was too expensive. There's another good ball for Edmondson, and there it is. The youngster, Ryan Edmondson, gets his 4th of the season. Pablo Hernandez has put in a really good through ball there. Maybe we shouldn't sub him off here. Let's leave him on there. We can look to use Batista Meyer, perhaps. This is what Hernandez can do. I've seen, well, you've seen in the recap as well, he does that so often for Leal to run onto. This time he's done it for Edmondson. And Pablo Hernandez may be an old man at this point, but he still has a lot to offer. What do we get? 60-odd minutes here. All right, let's get Turpey on the field. Let's get him on for Calvin Phillips, perhaps, who's not having the best game. He can't really play back there. Okay. All right, so let's make another change. Let's take Villa off as well. Let's switch them around. McCalmont can play back there. We want Turpey as the ball-winning midfielder on support, and we'll get Shackleton going as the attacking midfielder. Yeah, I like that. Look, just a few bookings there for the Fulham team. This is essentially done at this point. Here we go. Oh no, I thought Douglas was taking a free kick, and from there I think we can already see he can score. It's to Earl Carney, and he's put it just wide of the post. He's no Barry Douglas, is he? We'll give them some praise. Douglas is looking a little bit tired, so let's maybe take him off for Barlow Torre. Barlow Torre will play the Wolves game. You can see he's not quite match sharp. I should have actually maybe played him in this game as well. A bit of an oversight there from me. Oh, and Jamie Shackleton gets his 1st of the season. Hernandez with another assist. That's 4-0. If there was any doubt that this tie wasn't going to us, that's put to bed now as well. And I mean, it doesn't make up for the Arsenal game, but it shows that, you know, we've taken a massive step up from last year, haven't we? Because I think this is a team last year, we didn't really, I'm trying to think back, we didn't destroy that many teams. So this is a good, I think Fulham were up there last year as well. So this is a good sort of barometer. Is that the word I think I'm looking for? To show how much we've improved from last season. We're in stoppage time. It'd be a shame to lose the clean sheet from here. Can we go and get a 5th and just, instead of drawing the goal difference even on the episode, maybe go 1 up? No, we can't. It's a stunner from Josh Onoma. Didn't see that when he was on loan at Villa, but that's an absolutely stunning strike, and unfortunately, it's not the best way to end the game, is it? But it's the first we've seen of them, really, that I can think of. I don't remember another Fulham highlight, but that is an absolute worldie. If there's a goal of the season in the FA Cup, I imagine that would be in the contention of the for the nomination, because that was a really, really good strike, wasn't it? But there we go. Comfortable in the end. Got underway by that. Barry Douglas won the strike. We'll just say well done, I think, on this occasion. So there we go. Quality of possession provides the victory. We're in the hat for the next round. That's a good thing. Shackleton, it was good to see him on the score sheet. He actually had quite a good game in there, didn't he? A few key passes as well. Clark is looking at some Scottish players. So Phillips, Shackleton and Bowen are on the Gareth Southgate radar, and Barry Douglas for the next Scotland squad, it looks like. So there we go. That is that. If we have a quick look at the league table as an update here, you can see from Crystal Palace there all the way down to Chelsea in 12th. There's only 4 points in it, so we're playing a lot of these teams between now and the end of the season. So if we can hang on for a Europa League spot, we'll have done quite well. You can see we've got coming up here Wolves, Watford, who are struggling, but Everton, who are resurgent. We've got the FA Cup quarter-final as well. Crystal Palace, who are right up there. Liverpool, Norwich are down there. West Ham are up towards the top. So Cardiff is struggling, but then we end with Spurs and Chelsea. Now, Spurs are struggling, but obviously they're still a good team. So we've got a bit of a tough run in. Let me know how you think we'll do, where you think we can finish. I think if we end up in the top 6 still, if we end up in the European spot, we'll have done really, really well. Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. We'll be back next time anyway, guys. If you have enjoyed that, certainly the second game was a lot better than the first game. Don't forget to hit thumbs up and, of course, subscribe if you're new. And I think what we'll do is we might come back. Everton is a tough game. They are resurgent since they approached me to become their manager. They have gone on at quite the tear. So I think we'll come back for Everton at home and then a yet to be determined FA Cup quarter-final opponent. If you follow me on Twitter at AussieVillain, I might try and remember to tweet out who we got when we get that draw. But that's all for next time, guys. Could we be going to Wembley? That's still on the cards here. I'll see you next time, guys. Open Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.